Hi, I'm Don, and this is the Hobbyist Geek. Alright, today we're going to be doing another light tanning video, and it's been a long time since I've done one of these, so I'm really excited to get back into it. And I've decided to go a little bit old school with the Friends Central Perk set. I really love this show. I think it still holds up today, and it's still pretty funny today. But as it turns out, it's something that my wife and my son really enjoy as well. So I thought this would be a nice piece to throw up in, say, the living room on the entertainment center or something as a nice little decoration. And while I'm at it, I can show you guys how to throw the light kit on. Now, I went ahead and I got this Briksmax light tailing set, and I've never used this particular brand before, but the images looked really nice, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the end result is. But the first step in any light tailing project is to actually build the Lego set. So let's go ahead and get that done. And here we are with the completed Lego set, and at this stage you can really appreciate the level of detail that Lego decided to put into this. I mean, they've got cookies in the cookie jar. They've got umbrellas in the umbrella rack. For those really big Friends aficionados, they've even got the reserved sign on the coffee table. It's awesome. But for all of that, there is one thing this set is missing. The lights, of course. So let's go ahead and open this box up and let's see what we have. What a jam-packed full kit here. I mean, we have so many packages of lights and cabling. We've got the battery pack, the USB battery pack, and several books. The installation instructions don't really have much in the way of words, but nice full color picture instructions on how to install it. But let's go ahead and bring the set back out, and we'll get started on installing this stuff. And to begin, you're going to want to take this little piece right there off, and from there you can take this off, and you can take this off. You'll also want to make sure that you get this straight, smooth piece here to come off as well. We set all that to the side. Then we're going to want to come around to the back. You're going to want to take this off. And now the fun part. We're actually going to take this entire top row here all the way up to where the dark brown begins. So let's see if we can't do that in one fell swoop, shall we? And look at that. Just came right off. Nice and easy. At this point, we'll want to take these little lights here out, if we can. Now we don't need the whole assembly here. What we want to do, if we can, is try to get this little gold base out. Wow. Okay, that's part of it. There we go. So that all you're left with is this, still there. And do the same thing on this light. There we go. And then you want to take these 2x6 bricks here, we'll pull these out as well. Alright, first up is pack A20, which has 2 of these little light dots here. You're going to want to make sure that the little light dot it's hard to see, but there's a little light dot on here, and you're going to want to make sure that that is facing upwards. You're going to want to put one in this light here, and then you can cover it with the light assembly. I'll just put this all back. We can. Oops. I put that back together wrong. Let's try that again. And with the first one done, you'll want to do the exact same thing to the other one. I have found that taking the jewel out of this piece here actually makes it a little easier to get in place. And then you can add the jewel again later. Next up is pack A04, which actually has 3 of these little dot lights with what looks like a shorter cable. We're only going to be using 2 of them for the moment, however. Now in this case, you're going to want to make sure the dot light is facing down and that it just barely comes out right here, because it's going to be covered by those shelves that we took out before. So with this like this, we can actually just go ahead and put the shelf back, and that'll hold it in place. Always make sure that these cables are not sitting on top of a stud, okay? You're gonna wanna make sure that it is in between the studs. Otherwise you may crush or bend the cable and you don't wanna break it. There we go. And with these 4 cables coming out, just like that, we can actually put this part of the wall back. Alright, for this next part, you're going to want to take the top right here off of the menu sign. You're going to want to take these adhesive squares that we've got here that I think they're G01 is the part number. You're just going to want to break one of these squares off. And you'll notice that these are covered in adhesive on both ends, both sides. We're going to start by taking the last A04 and making sure the light side is facing away from the adhesive block. I'm going to stick that puppy on there. Okay, and then you can take the paper off of the other side. I hope. Looks like that came off. We'll go ahead and just take this paper off then. There we go. Adhesive on the light. And on the bottom of this. And with the adhesive sticking it together, just place this on with the light facing down towards the menu, and you can bring the cabling in right through there. At that point, you can cover this back up as well. Spotlight here. I'm going to take the clear part off, just like that. And we're going, excuse me, we're going to take an A03 light. You get 3 of these. And we're going to place it in here, just like that. I'm going to cover this back up. All right, and with this coming down like this, what we're going to want to do is actually wrap this around just like this, okay? And it's going to, this wire is going to come down right through the middle here, so that when we put it back, it should remain hidden right between those studs. Down she goes, just like that. And at this point, we can put the gantry back. Use it to hide the cabling. And this cover. And there we go. We are ready for the next step. All right, the next step is to take this D02 circuit board here. We're going to take one of the D06 cables right here. We're going to plug that thing into this. And they only go in one way, so make sure that you're putting them in the correct way. They are very, very small. Should click in easily, just like that. And now we're going to want to take all of these loose ends that we've got here. We're going to plug them all into this. And now, with all of them plugged in, there's going to be one left. You're going to want to twist this around make it as neat as possible, but make sure that this D06 cable stays loose. With them all twisted, you can take 2 of your sticky foam things here, put one on either side of this, just stick it to the bottom of the piece right there. And look at that. Not the best cabling job I've ever done, but it does look neat enough for hiding into a corner or something. Alright, for this next piece of disassembly, first we're going to take out the service light, or sign I should say, right there. And then we're going to come over here, and right at the bottom of this white brick, we're going to want to split it, if you can. And if you split it just right, you can do this. Alright, from here we're going to want to take this little piece off. This little piece here. And we're going to want to take this right here off. Just like that. This next part is going to require cable A12 and another one of those sticky squares. Recommend using tweezers if you've got them. Carefully, of course. And we're going to put it right in there in the center of those lights. Those flame lights. Just like that. As best we can. This brick, just like that. Okay, for this next segment, we're going to take another A03 cable, and we're going to take the little hard hat light here, break it apart, just like that, and make sure that the light is facing towards the hat, just like this. And we'll replace the piece. If you want to, if it makes it easier for you, you can take the gold piece out of here, which I think I will do. This in here like this. We'll place the hard hat and put this back on the end, just like that. And this cable will come back, and we're going to want to weave it back and forth a few times here. Okay. just to try and keep it hidden for when we replace the wall. This is the path it's going to go. Okay, something like that. Alright, for the next section, you're going to want to take the 3 clear Lego plates that are provided with this set and the service sign. What we're going to want to do is pop out the service sign so that all you're left with is this. Alright, and what we're going to do is take the A02 lights. There are 3 of them. Okay, I'm going to start by putting one here on this end. And covering it with clear brick if we can. Okay. And then we will put a second light right here. And again, cover it with a clear brick. The third light, go right in here, and we'll cover that one with a clear stud. And now with these lights in place, you can replace the service sign and the arrow. Oops. Don't forget to put in the little red stud. There we go. And now you've got your service light all ready for installation. Alright. For this, you're going to want to take your cables here. You're going to want to wrap them around this a couple times just to keep them neat. Okay. And then we can plug this back in here, just like this. These cables are all going to go underneath as we move the wall back. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring this whole thing back up, just like this. Oh, looks like maybe I got a little too short on the cables here, so we'll go like this. Give it a little extra length. Yeah, that should do it. And then just put this all back together. Just like that. Now much like before, we're going to take a D06 cable and a D01 plate, and we're going to go ahead and put those together. And then we're going to plug all of these cables in to this plate, twist it up, and use the sticky squares to attach it. And there you have it. For this next segment, we're going to start by taking the other gantry and light off, just like we did with the first one. Alright, for this next part, you're going to need the long D06 cable, you're going to need the shorter D04 cable, you're going to need these two B02 lights, as well as the two Lego bricks that came with the set. Alright, for this next stage, what we're going to do is connect these two lights using the D04 cable here. Alright, and with those connected, we can take the protective tape off the end and cover it with these bricks. Alright, now we'll take the D06 cable and we'll plug it into one end. Okay. And from here, you can take one set of lights and put it here over top of the door. Just like that. Well, maybe not just like that. And let's try to make it a little bit even. There it goes. With the other one coming in and being placed right over top of the window. Like that. This cable can come up and we'll wrap it around that stud right there. And then it'll go down the wall just like that. The last stage light will be just like the first stage light. We'll take the clear part off. We'll use the remaining A03 light that we have. We'll place it right in there. And replace the clear piece. Wrap it once around, bring it through, and reattach it right there. And for this next part, you're going to want to flip it up on its side like this. you can take this piece right here off, just like this, and bring these cables down and in, just like this. All right, from here, you're gonna wanna take the D01 plate, and you've got your D06 cables from either side, as well as the two new cables that you've just installed. All right, what you're gonna wanna do is neaten up the cabling however you want, and then using a couple more of these sticky squares, you're gonna wanna stick it right there. All right, now we can flip this back to this way. Maybe fix any pieces that came off. We can replace the gantry. We should be able to replace the gantry. Now for the final step. On this side, if you remember, there was one free space. Well, that free space can either plug in the battery box or the USB adapter. I'm going to go ahead and use the USB adapter. And when all is said and done, look at that. That is utterly incredible. Let me get the lights off so we can see it better. And look at the detail on this. This is just amazing. You've got yellow lights for the fire display here. You got the blue lights. Well, actually changing color. Look at that. You got the changing color lights over here. That is awesome. The bright service sign. And you've even got the, whoops, I just pulled it off. But you can even move your spotlights here to get just the right lighting that you want. You've got the lights outside the windows and the door. Even the little hard hat light. Which, by the way, based on what I'm seeing here on the camera, it looks a lot better in real life than it does on the video. But what an absolutely amazing set. All right, and that does it for this light tailing episode. And I gotta say, I'm loving this. I'm less a fan of the Briksmax method with the individual circuit boards that everything has to be plugged into, as opposed to the light tailing brand sets that I've used that actually have little replacement Legos with the lights built in. It's a little easier setup. However, you simply cannot deny the final product. I mean, this lighting setup is just utterly amazing, and I love it. I love it. I hope you did too. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.